Hello students. Today we are going to study about the chapter that is heat. All of you are very familiar with this term. You often use this term at your home or in your daily life. So let me introduce you first that what is heat? Heat is the form of energy which always travels from hotter one to colder one. Means you can say that heat always travels from hot to cold. Okay, fine. The next thing is that how can we prove that heat always travel from hotter substance to colder substance? A very common practice we can give you, which you face in your daily life when you open the fridge and you took a piece of ice cube. What do you feel? You feel hot or cold? You feel cold. What is the reason behind that? Why do you feel cold? The simple thing is that when heat release from any object, it becomes cold. Okay? And as I have told you already that the heat always move from hotter substance to colder substance. So the heat which is present in your body is hot in compare to the heat which is present into the ice cube. Means you can say that the amount of heat which is present in your body is more in compare to the amount of heat which is present into ice cube. Thus heat moves from your body to ice cube, and when heat release from your body you feel cold. Understood? So the next thing is that how we feel that substance is hot or cold. In your daily life you can give the many examples, various kind of examples, like ice cube. It is hot or cold? It is cold. Okay. Coffee, hot or cold? It is hot. Okay. Ice cream, hot or cold? It is cold. Tea, hot. Understood? So the thing is that how do we know that the given substance is hot or cold? How can we feel that? By a simple and very common practice, that is touch. When we touch the object, we feel that it is hot or cold. Understood? Here some kinds of examples are given. You have to find that whether it is hot or cold. So let's find that. Ice cream, hot or cold? It is cold. A spoon in a teacup. If the tea is hot, obviously the spoon will be also hot. Fruit juice. It is hot or cold? It is cold. The handle of a frying pan. See students, the handle of frying pan will be cold because if it will be hot, it cannot be able to cook the food by holding it. So it should be cool. But the next question is that does our sense organs or does our touch always gives the exact value? Correct information about the substance is hot or cold? We can say no. Touch is not the thing which always gives the correct information that the given substance is hot or cold. We can prove it by the simple experiment and which is given in your book also. Let's see what kind of activities it is. You have to take the three balls. Okay, ball A, ball B and ball C. In ball A you have to take cold water. In ball B you have to take hot water. But students, be careful. The water should not be much hot, otherwise you will suffer from any kind of problem. Okay, and in bowl C you have to take moderate water. Moderate water means it should not be much cold or much hot, and normal water you can say that. Alright, now the next thing what you have to do, put your right hand in your hot water, in cold bowl, and your right hand in hot bowl, and keep it for few seconds. After then, just took out your both hand from both of the bowl and keep your both hand into the vessel which contains the moderate water. Okay, now tell me, what do you feel? It is surprising that the hand which you already kept into the hot water, when you kept it into the moderate water, you feel that the water is cold, and the hand which you have already kept into the cold water, when you keep it into the moderate water, you feel that water is hot. Students, it's really surprising. And also, you can think about that the same condition means water is moderate. Okay, we have not changed the water. This in the same conditions, your both hand means the things are also not changed. We have not changed the matter even. That is also your both hand. Your both hand gives the different information and different heat information about the heat of the water which is present into the bowl C, which contains the moderate water. We can say that the heat is not changed. That heat, the temperature of this water is not changed, but we get the information from our right hand that is water is hot, and the left hand that is water is cold. So we can say that we cannot always rely on our sense of touch to decide whether an object is hot or cold. Sometimes it may deceive us. So, to know the exact temperature of any substance, we use an instrument, and the name of that instrument is thermometer. Okay, you have heard about that. Okay, then what is thermometer? Students, thermometer is a device by which we measure the temperature of any substance. Oh, here again I have included one more term, that is temperature. So let me introduce you that. What is temperature? Temperature is the physical quantity Students, temperature is a physical quantity which measures the degree of hotness or degree of coldness of any substance. Degree of hotness or degree of coldness of any substance. So we can say that we were talking about the thermometer. So thermometer is basically now we have to start that thermometer. So students, let's start to study about the structure of thermometer. Okay, what is thermometer? If we include the term clinical thermometer, what is clinical thermometer? The thermometer which is used in clinic, or which is used to measure the temperature of human body. Okay, so clinical thermometer is made up of a long cylindrical glass tube. Here you can see the structure of thermometer. Okay, as I have told you that it is made up of a long cylindrical glass tube. Why I have told that it is cylindrical means the whole body is completely equal to the means width. If we are talking about the width of the thermometer or the uh, length of the thermometer, it is equal at every place. You can see that means apart of these, everywhere the length or the width of the thermometer is equal. So it included the two main parts, that is, first one is bulb and second one is body. Okay, and this body contains some kinds of scale. Okay, what is bulb? Bulb in the thermometer, bulb is the narrow part which has mercury. Okay, and the long cylindrical parts has a scale, and this scale in clinical thermometer basically it starts from 35 degree Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, here scale is given. Now two more things we have to discuss about this thermometer, that is, the first one is why we choose mercury as thermometric liquid. Thermometric liquid, students, thermometric liquid means the liquid which is present inside the thermometer. So the first thing, as I have told you, that bulb of the mercury contains bulb of the thermometer contains mercury. So at the same time the question may come in your mind that why we have taken only mercury, why not water or some kind of other liquid? The reason behind that we have chosen that mercury to keep into the bulb is that first one, we can choose any kind of liquid which has the low specific heat capacity. Okay, low specific heat capacity means the liquid should have the capacity or should have capability to increase by getting a very small amount of heat. Understanding? Means we can say that if it get a very small amount of heat, it expand 1 degree Celsius, so that we can easily measure that the given substance is having any some amount of heat. And this is the characteristics of mercury also, so that we choose always mercury. The second important thing, that what kind of properties should have been taken to the thermometric liquid, is that it should be a good conductor. Okay, as you know that a good conductor always a good conductor has capacity to transfer the amount of heat or amount of electricity. So any kind of conductor, a liquid which is a good conductor, which has capacity to in which heat can travel from one place to another place, it can be taken. And we know that mercury is the good conductor, that's why we took mercury. The third and important point is that it should be opaque. The liquid which we use to take into the bulb of the thermometer, that should be opaque. The reason behind that, if it will be transparent, it will not be able to see into the transparent glass tube. This is the glass tube which is transparent. So if the expansion of the liquid, if this liquid is transparent and it will expand into the thermometer, will not be able to see it clearly. Okay, but if it will be opaque and if the expansion will be there, we can be able to see it clearly. And as we know that mercury is shining in nature, that's why it can be easily seen into the thermometer while it expand by getting heat. Okay, the fourth one is it should contains the high boiling point. Okay, so that it should contains the high boiling point. The reason behind that, if the boiling point is will be very less, and when it gets the heat, suppose it gets the large amount of heat, the, it will start to boil up, and the glass body of the thermometer will burst. Understood? So we have to take the liquid which has the high boiling point, and mercury's boiling point is also very high. That's why you take. And the last but not the least, it is uniform rate of expansion. Means the liquid which we take inside the bulb of thermometer, it has capacity to uniform rate of expansion. Uniform rate of expansion means it expand uniformly. Means it doesn't mean that somewhere at the some places it expands very fast, at some places it doesn't expand. When it get heat, it expand in a uniform manner. All right, so these are the five main characters of the thermometric liquid, and this is the reason behind that mercury, why we take the mercury into the thermometric liquid. Now the next and important thing is that what we are going to study, that is measuring the temperature as well as how to read thermometer. How to read thermometer. Students, how we can read the thermometer when we measure the temperature of any body? So first, as you have seen already the structure of thermometer, it contains some scale. Okay, so you can easily see that, suppose the scale is of 35 to 36. Okay, 1 degree, the difference between 35 and 36 is 1 degree obviously. So you can see that at 35 there is a bigger scale, and at 36 also there is a bigger scale. You have to first count the smaller lines which are present between the two bigger lines. Means if there are five smaller lines, so you have to divide. So if there is the five smaller lines between the two bigger lines, it means that you have to divide this by 5. Means 5 equal lines are there, 5 equally smaller lines are there between the temperature difference 1 temperature difference के बीच में 5 equal lines हैं. Then you have to divide this 1 from 5, you will get 0.2. Means if you have to measure, if you are going to measure the temperature, these single line indicates the temperature 0.2, another single line 0.2. If suppose that reading of mercury shows that up to the 3 line, what will be the temperature of the object? Again I'm telling, just wait. 35 to 36, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, I'm saying that if the reading of mercury is showing up to the third smaller line, what will be the temperature? It is 35 and point 2, point 2 and point 2. Means it will be 6, 35.6. The temperature will be 35.6. Not only 0.5, we are talking about, if we are talking about, suppose it is given 35 and one line is given 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Suppose it is given 10, then we have to divide this 1 by 10, and it will be 0.1. Means a single small line shows the temperature 0.1 degree. Okay, it will be, if reading will be up to 7, then it will be 0.7 degrees Celsius. All right, so now you have started to study about that. You have read about the how to take the reading of thermometer, the structure of thermometer, what is heat, and how does heat travel from the colder place, hotter place to cool to place. Now the next thing, we have to start that main characteristics of thermometer. So, the clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow tube, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end, and this bulb contains mercury, which I have told you already. Outside of the bulb, a small shining thread of the mercury can be seen. If you do not see the mercury thread, rotate the thermometer a bit till you see it. You will also be find a scale on the thermometer. The scale we use on in the thermometer is always indicated by degree Celsius. Okay, and this also I have told you that thermometer, clinical thermometer reads from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. All right. Now students, the next and important thing, that is what kind of precaution we have to take while taking the temperature by using clinical thermometer. Understood? So that is, the first one is thermometer should be washed before and after use. Why we have to wash the thermometer before and after use? Because suppose a person is suffering from any kind of bacterial or viral disease, and you have taken the temperature of that person, and again you are going to take the temperature of the another person, then this bacteria and virus can transfer to the healthier person also. So always we have to wash the thermometer carefully with any kind of antiseptic solution. The next thing is that ensure that before use the mercury level is below 35 degrees Celsius. All right, that is very carefully you have to see that it should be below 35 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, if it is more than 35 degrees Celsius, means it is already having some kinds of heat. So you have to make it sure. The next thing is that read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along with the line side. You have to read the thermometer always from its long side. Now the next is handle the thermometer with care. As you know that it is made up of the glass tube, so you always have to handle it with the care. If it will strike with any kind of hard substance, it will be broken down. Okay. Next then, do not hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading it. Why we should not handle the thermometer with by bulb? The reason behind that, bulb contains mercury, and when we take it by holding through the bulb side, obviously the mercury acquires the heat of your body and it will start expansion, and you will not be able to take the exact value of any substance. Understood? Now students, we have discussed till here. In the next part, we will discuss about the difference between the clinical thermometer. First we will discuss about the kinds of thermometer, then we will study about the difference between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer, and then also there are the modes of the transfer of heat: conduction, convection, radiations, land breeze, sea breeze, conductors and insulators and all. So before starting it, you have to complete you I suggest you to read this chapter carefully and just complete all your work. We'll see you on the next time. Okay, bye.